feel like if the Thursday game is not dope, they need that like flex it out of the just like do the flex thing that they do on Sunday nights. I'm like, oh, the season comes down to this game. We flexed out Browns Steelers for Bills Dolphins. You feel me?
So
Like,
I halfway disagree. Look, I like a dope Thursday night game, but the
yeah,
trash ones are cool too. Because like tonight, I'm gonna turn it on, and in fairness, I literally have no Cleveland stock, and
no,
I don't have any Pittsburgh stock. So I'm really like I'm
you don't have
indifferent.
any Pittsburgh
So
stuff. You don't have Deontay anywhere.
um, that wasn't by design. It just didn't work
Okay,
out that it just worked out that way. That was not by design. I like Deontay. He is at this point the only one I like. It was just didn't break down that way. So I'll
right.
watch a quarter, and if it looks like it's going to be interesting, I will watch the game. I love football. If it
Basically,
doesn't, I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna turn a movie on. I'm gonna turn a TV show on. I'm gonna binge a few episodes. I appreciate that Thursday nights. Sometimes they allow us to just not pay attention to football because it's like, whatever. I can miss this.
this
I
is
can
true.
go out to dinner. I can go have dinner.
Oh, look at
You
you.
know,
Yeah,
I can
yeah. I
go.
could
I
be
can go to the
outside.
bar. I can go chill. I can go be outside because this game trash, man. This game's not good.
We
Mitch
are back on.
Trubisky all summer.
No,
I kept
listen,
saying he's
hold
gonna
on.
be better than Ben,
Before we,
and that dude's
we,
bad too, man. Like,
it's not good.
mm.
He's not
And
good.
Pickett gotta suck. If they're not even thinking about Pickett, Pickett can't be good either. It could be a long ride for
They're
Pittsburgh
not. They
fans.
haven't
God
even
bless
thought
y'all.
about dude yet. They haven't even thought about
God
Kenny
bless y'all.
Pickett. Be like Kenny Pickett's supposed to be it, and he's just not. You know who it is. The fellas are back. Ace BQ weekend fantasy preview from two dudes who put work in. Man, we've been putting in work. Our work has helped you, whether you realize it or not. Um, Hopefully, it starts helping us everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like everywhere, it'll be nice to help everywhere. But these are the breaks, man. Sometimes Joe Flacco comes in and gets two touchdowns in a minute and a half. It beats you. It doesn't matter how smart you are. All that matters is that Joe Flacco has an arm and he can throw the ball forward, and you
Oh, that
lose.
actually did hit you.
You see what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, I
This game is the
wow.
dumbest, yo. It's the
You,
dumbest.
you caught you caught shrapnel from Joe Flacco.
It's the
That's
dumbest game
in
ever.
2022.
22 from the Jets, man. Like it's just none of this shit makes sense. Sometimes I wonder
Hey,
why we
Giants
do
2
this,
and
but
0. Giants 2 and 0.
listen,
Rejoice.
we're gonna
Hey,
get there
rejoice.
today. We're gonna get
Rejoice.
there. We're getting there.
Rejoice.
We saved the best for last, the piece de resistance, as
Oh,
they
I
say.
almost forgot. I almost forgot it's rivalry week. I almost
Tribal week,
forgot.
man. Oh no,
You
never
know,
forget that, baby. We
hey,
out
look,
here.
the owner of my
You,
team is out here talking about maybe Cooper Rush. Dude, I hate them so much. I'm not going to rant again. I'm not going to
yes,
do it.
you are.
I,
It's coming.
I hate them
It's
so
coming.
much.
It's
I
coming.
just
It's coming.
It was one game. They scored 20 points. And this man's like, wouldn't that be a fun problem to have? Are you stupid? Like, what is wrong with your senile old ass, man? Just
Cooper
stop
Rush,
talking.
man. Listen, Koopy Rush might be it, man. Koopy Rush.
Might be what? Might be what? A good backup? Yeah.
We gonna get
Yes.
there. We can't jump the gun. We gotta save the best for last, baby. We gotta save your pain for when I need it. I don't need it yet. Steelers Browns obviously kick off tonight. Um,
Hmm.
I- outside of the obvious, you're starting Hunt, you're starting Chubb. Looks like you're starting
Is it
Amari Cooper
obvious?
now.
Wait, so
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
I
So
think
no,
it is.
is Hunt an obvious or
I
is
think
Hunt a
so.
depends on how good your team is? Because if you have a very good team, it's possible Hunt's not, and he's a starting
Not
cap
even a
capable
flex
player for
valuable.
you. No, he's good enough. I'm just saying I've seen rosters out there where Hunt is on the roster and not starting just because the roster's good enough.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Like
not that's not the
that's not a knock.
norm though,
That's
I
not a
don't
knock.
think. You know what I'm saying? That's
No,
not the
Hunt
norm though.
Hunt is going to get you 12 to 14 every week. I feel very comfortable playing Kareem Hunt. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
They need to
Amari
trade him.
Cooper
They need to trade him somewhere. Yeah.
they need to get something for him. They need to get something for him. Hunt and Buffalo would be oh my gosh. Um yeah, 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 I know. I know.
That's just rude. The idea of that is just.
No, hunting Buffalo would be terrifying. Um,
It would be.
Amari Cooper last week,
Look,
man. You said
but
something about him getting the targets flooded over to him.
the routes in week one, he was getting open.
Right,
Like any offense coordinator worth their salt was going to start making sure he got targets because when
right.
Amari is right physically and locked in, there aren't very many who run routes better than him.
He's a
So
magnificent route runner.
if a quarterback's not very good, getting somebody who's wide open, that's beneficial. So yeah,
It
you're
matters.
starting Amari Cooper if you have him, you're starting him. Um,
Where you at on
on
the other side of the
Pittsburgh,
ball, besides Deontay, you don't feel great about Najee, but if you have him, you have to start him, of
yeah,
course.
if you have Najee, it's like you paid a cost where you're definitely going to start him, but
Yeah,
you don't feel good about it right now. I wouldn't feel good about it right now, but you're starting him. You're starting Deontay, and you're starting
you-
Fryermuth. That's
you're
it.
starting Frymouth. Okay, that's really
Yeah,
it. If you start one
yeah.
of these quarterbacks, that means something really bad happened, and I'm sorry. Um,
And as much as I like Chase Claypool as a talent, his role in this offense right now is just not something that you can bank on or put in your lineup.
I agree. I agree completely. Um, we're gonna go build, and from that struggle to what could be one of the two most fun games that we'll have: Bills Dolphins kickoff 1 p.m.
So
Now,
it seems it might be fun. I think Buffalo's going to win by like 2 touchdowns. So but it'll
here's my
be
thing.
entertaining. But it'll be
So
entertaining.
right. So here's my thing. We're not. You know what? Let's start in Miami. Buffalo's defense is unbelievable. We see that
Hmm.
they're locking everyone up. They're top 10 against every position in the league. But
Hmm.
speed kills.
Very
How
much so.
comfortable do you feel starting Tyreek and Waddle this year? What's your comfort level?
If you have them, you're starting them. I
Good.
personally feel good about it right now. I'm not thinking twice
Okay.
about it. They're not going to go for 40, 50 points against Buffalo,
Right.
obviously. But if I have them, I'm starting them. Like there's certain players at a certain point, your lineup will start to take shape in a sort of way that you're not really going to
Right.
think about it matchup for matchup, except for maybe in a couple spots. If you
Right.
have Waddle,
Tyreek
if
and
you have
Waddle,
Tyreek,
those
you're
guys.
playing them. Yeah, you're not taking them out of your lineup after what they did last week, regardless of who
Correct.
the opponent is.
Right.
Period. You're just not doing it.
Right. You're not trading them either. Um, Tua. So, Tua. How do you feel
Is
about Tua?
depends on the nature of your league. If in a standard league, one quarterback, 10 teams,
Is he top 12?
I
Is
don't
he top 10 for you?
not versus Buffalo. It'll be
Is
a
he top
debate in the
12?
weeks to come. I think when I stacked them up for the week, I had them 14. So
Ooh,
depending
okay.
on where your lineup was, maybe it's one of those like if you start into a. I'm not telling you not to start them, but if you're in a traditional league and you have a better quarterback, I'm probably still trusting that better quarterback, especially this week when they are playing Buffalo. But Tua's going to get a look from me going forward. That's for sure. So this is not a knock on Tua. What he did last week, you are not going to hear a bunch of crap about Tua from me for a while.
Right.
The I just needed to see it, and now I've seen it. So now I'm willing to be patient to see how consistent it is. I needed him to look like a legitimate top 15 NFL quarterback.
Right.
Last week was the first time I really felt he did that, and he did it in a big way. All right, so I'm going to give him some rope. Let's see where it goes. But that Buffalo defense is very, very real.
It is.
If you have a better option at quarterback, eh, but like say for instance you drafted Aaron Rodgers, yeah, I'd probably be inclined to play Tua. Like legitimately, I'd probably be inclined to play Tua over a few
Brady as
people.
well.
Now
Brady as well, right?
the that wide
Brady with
receiver in
no
Green Bay
Brady with
bothers
no
me, but
Evans. We're probably not getting Godwin.
we're probably not getting Godwin this week.
We're probably not getting
I think
Julio.
we're getting. I thought we were getting Julio this week. I thought we were getting
He
Julio
didn't
back.
practice today, but maybe he'll be back. But he
So
didn't
if
practice
Julio's
today.
also not playing, then yes, I'd play Tua over Brady this week. It's
You
an
play two over
interesting.
Derek Carr this week. Derek Carr at Tennessee.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to.
So then Tua is pretty. Tua is decent. Hey, here's the thing with Tua for me.
No, 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 no,
Tua,
no, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was gonna say I meant to say like I'd probably be inclined to play Derek Carr. I'm sorry, I don't think I
Play
was
Carr.
clear. I'd be
Okay.
inclined to play Carr.
Here's
But
the thing
that
with
is
Tua for me.
because of the defense. That is because of the
It
defense. I
is.
have a lot of
It
respect
is.
for Buffalo as a defense.
Yeah. The thing with Tua for me is we know his arm isn't elite, but
No.
they run the routes that are conducive to him being excellent at getting them the ball, and then speed murders you. Now, here's what I'm not doing: playing Mike Gesicki. He got his run off last
No.
week. I'm not rocking this Gesicki life. I'm okay, and I'm not playing Dawson Knox on the other side either. His targets have been really weird this year. I need to see it before I play him. Um, on the other side, looks like we're getting Gabe Davis back. So
Hmm.
now Josh becomes a little more Joshy because he got. It's just this Josh Allen thing. I'm going to speak about it every week because it needs to be spoken about every week that we
It's real.
document. He's about to have the
It's
greatest
real.
fantasy quarterback season ever. He just is because that offense is nothing but let Josh do Josh things. They'll run the ball every once in a while, but it's
That's such an amazing concept. Play to the strengths of your quarterback and the
to your
talent
quarterback,
around him.
bro. That's it. Let him have the ball. He likes to run for first downs if he has to. He'll do it. He likes to run for touchdowns if it's open. He'll do it. He'll get the ball to the guy who needs to get the ball. If you can't cover Stephon Diggs, guess what I'm going to do? Throw the ball to Stephon Diggs. If
A
you're not going to
lot.
cover, that's it. You can't guard him. And now, if you guard him, I'll go to somebody else because I can throw the ball anywhere on target
So
everywhere.
so
It's
here's my question.
who are you
Here's
not
my
starting in
question.
Buffalo? Other than running game. Are you
Running
starting
my I was gonna ask
Singletary
you
this
about
game?
are there any of those running backs that you trust? Because I
Singletary is
don't
the
trust any.
guy. The
He is
Singletary
the
is the
guy.
guy,
Do you
but
trust playing him?
what does that
Like
mean
week to
in
week,
that offense?
exactly. Like week to week, Singletary is one of those guys that you would like to have on your bench because it feels like
Hmm.
a secure depth player if something goes
Hmm.
wrong. But the second you got to plug him into your lineup and count on him to get you 10 to
Don't play
14
yourself.
points, you're not
Yeah,
going to feel good about it. You're
yeah.
just not going to
He
feel good
he's
about it.
not startable unless he gets in the end zone. But he gets you up and down the field. He'll get you to
He
second
does
and
his job. Like,
five, second
real
and
football
four.
player, he is so perfect for that
He's
team.
very good at
He is
monitoring
very
snap.
good in that team.
Don't want him.
Fantasy wise, it just
Don't want him. It's yucky. But this game is gonna be awesome. Gabe Davis off the injury. If he's in, you're playing him.
you're playing him, yeah.
What do you think about the Isaiah McKenzie, Jamison Crowder role there? No one's taken that role to be the number three guy. That role has been productive in the past with Cole Beasley, but it looks like they're using both these guys interchangeably. I'd say, if you have to play one of them, some of you are in deeper leagues, some of us are in deeper leagues. You play them, and you hope that the Josh Allen stuff wipes out on
I'd
him.
lean I'd lean on McKenzie slightly, but I wouldn't feel particularly good either way right
Yeah,
now. Like
that's
all
it.
jokes aside,
Yeah,
why didn't they bring Cole Beasley back? Like, is he just a? Because like the people in Dallas ain't seem to miss him very much when he was gone either. Like they seem to be on
right.
some. I don't care if you put up numbers, good riddance. The
Yeah,
people in Buffalo, it wasn't a money thing. They were just like, nah, we're good. Is he just
maybe
annoying? Like, is
I
he just
feel
an
like he
asshole?
could
Like,
be. He could
legit.
be.
He just might be somebody people don't want to be around because he could. He was still productive, and the fact that
He
he is
was.
just now being signed this week to play a role that is so essential in the NFL just seems odd to me. But it very well just could, some people just ain't got good vibes, man. He
Right.
might just be bad vibes.
Right.
Whatever. It's just strange. That's all.
I will say I think by midseason, whoever takes that slot role will be clear, and then that role will be productive. I think they're going to figure out who gets out there, who gives them
If one
permission,
person takes the role, not meaning somebody gets hurt, but actually takes the role and
takes
makes
the
it their
role.
own, and they make
Yeah.
it a point to play some things up for that person, yes, he will have a role and be fantasy relevant. At this point, I want to see it happen.
Right.
I I am of the belief after 2 weeks, the volume for Diggs, especially to a lesser extent
Yeah.
Davis, is just going to be ridiculous this year. I
It
think
is.
that those, I am firmly in the camp right now. they both finish the season as top 10 wide receivers because Josh is going to be that incredible. I am also of the strong belief that Diggs is not Cup or he is not Jefferson. But by the
But
end
he's
of the
going to
season,
produce
we
like
might
it.
be thinking we really might be talking about it as a big three by the end of the season because right now Diggs looks absolutely unstoppable. He looks unstoppable. And
He does.
Josh Allen looks like a mutant. Like Josh Allen does not look natural right now. So
Josh Allen
and
stole Derrick
you
Henry's
know,
powers and added them to what he already had.
eventually Diggs is just going to be seeing triple teams. And that's not to say that he is not going to find a way to get open, but it is to say Gabe Davis is going to look mighty good on the other side, one-on-one
Yes,
with whoever the second
it is.
cornerback is. So
There's going to be some games you look up and Gabe Davis has 9 for 170 and 3 touchdowns because
Josh
like
Allen is
he's just
incredible, and
he's just going to get the ball to whoever he needs to get the ball to
like
succeed.
I don't know what to say about Josh Allen because he is truly unlike anything
Yeah,
that I remember seeing at quarterback. Because I used to
yeah.
think Cam Newton, but Cam never threw it quite like this. He might have had the
Mm-mm.
arm talent, but Cam never did these things throwing the ball on a
No,
consistent basis. And you've seen guys with the arm talent, but Josh is like QB version of Derrick Henry by QB versions, like just running cats over in a way that quarterbacks don't do.
it's going to
Like
be a long year for everybody, bro.
like Culpepper was something like 4 inches shorter and like 20 pounds lighter. Like Josh is a
Right,
big dude. He is
right,
a big dude.
right. And he uses it. And he uses it, man. It's whew, Josh. What a man. Bengals Jets.
Different.
Here we go with Joe Flacco. Is Joe Flacco in your top 5 QBs for this week?
Absolutely not.
Might as well be, right? Like
No, absolutely not. I'm not playing Joe Flacco.
it's Joe
I
Flacco for the
don't
lose.
care.
I thought I was over
I
for.
don't care. I will
I thought
not
I
play
thought it was
him.
over. No, he's
I
not top 5. Here's the thing with Flacco. Like Flacco is a professional quarterback, not in the meaning that he plays in the NFL, but he can
no,
make
he
professional
absolutely,
throws. If you get open,
absolutely.
he'll get you. He'll overthrow you or underthrow you every once in a while because he's not elite, but he'll get you the ball. Him being productive with a bunch of people around him is not shocking. It's shocking how productive he was last week, but that was just an implosion. Implosions happen. This Bengals defense is, as much as you want to say the Bengals look bad at 0 and 2, that's
Defense looks
offense.
solid.
Their
Defense
defense
looks
looks
solid.
solid.
Yeah.
Their defense looks solid.
Defense looks solid.
Um, are you starting Garrett Wilson this week against this defense? I know he had a breakout last week. Are you starting him this week? Like with comfort, do you feel like he
with
separated
comfort,
himself
with comfort,
from
I am
Elijah
inclined to.
Moore?
I am inclined to say that he is the guy that I would feel most comfortable playing of the
Okay,
pass catchers. I wouldn't say that I'm comfortable playing him.
okay,
If I'm in a traditional set where I have two wide receivers and one flex, it's possible I'd slot him in at the flex depending on my options, but
okay.
I don't. I think he's going to be very good. I want to see a little consistency. Like it's Joe Flacco. Like maybe this is just the fact that I can't get over the fact that it's Joe Flacco throwing him the
It's Joe
ball.
Flacco, bro.
Because if he had the exact same game with Zach Wilson throwing the ball last week, I would feel much better about starting Garrett Wilson,
I agree.
which is probably not fair to Garrett Wilson, but whatever. But if you are playing Garrett Wilson this week, I have no problem with that. I just don't know that you feel comfortable. He might get you 18 to 20 points. He might get
Right,
you 5 to 7 points. Neither would shock
right,
me. So,
right. It might be the
you
Elijah
know,
Moore game this week because Elijah Moore is supremely talented. Maybe Elijah Moore comes in and gets the ball. Corey Davis is still there. He may not play, but Corey Davis is still there. You got the running backs. They've got talent around. I just think that the Cincinnati defense is overlooked because their offense is terrible.
if
Going to the
Zach
other
Wilson
side,
is legit, they're going to be very good in a year or two. Like they legitimately have lots of the other
I
talent.
agree. I agree 100%. The other side, this is the game where the offense has to look.
Now or never. Like
The offense
I am
has to
not
look a certain
panicked.
way.
I am not panicked yet. If that offense doesn't look like some semblance of the offense we saw last week, versus this Jets team at 0-2, I am officially panicked right on down the board. Um, the player I feel best about this week is I think Mixon's going to have a solid game regardless. I just don't see a scenario where he is the
The
solid this
volume.
week.
Yeah.
I expect Chase to look. I I expect the Bengals to perform this week, but if
Okay.
they don't, it's time to panic. So
It
if I
is.
have them, if I have Burrow, Chase, Higgins, Mixon,
Good
I'm
to go.
playing all of them, and I actually feel good doing it. But man, if they don't produce this week, it's going to be hard
It
to
gets
talk yourself
worse.
into it going forward. So
It gets worse.
it's an
The only
interesting week for them. They need a
the
win
only
because
one.
this was supposed to be the easy part of their schedule. Their
Oh
schedule is about
yeah.
to get tough.
It's about to get legit. It's about to
It's
get legit.
about to get rough out here. So they need this win. They need it in a bad way. They need this
Here's
win.
here's the thing with the Bengals. The only person I wouldn't worry about if they don't like Mixon leads running backs in touches over 2 weeks.
No,
Like
I'm
he's
not worried.
getting.
Mixon's
I'm
going to
fine
be
with that.
fine. I feel
Mixon, I'm
fine
not
about
worried
Mixon.
about that passing
I feel
game.
strangely
If they don't,
I feel fine about Chase. The one his ceiling looks lower now than it did in the preseason.
it
Fair
does.
enough. There's no denying that.
It does.
I don't see a scenario where he's not productive enough to play.
Right.
The one that I have I'm at least wondering on is if this offense doesn't get it together, are they supporting two high level wide receivers? Like,
Correct.
is Higgins more of a flex play? Is that the way that we need to consider him? Again, I think Cincinnati is going to produce this week. I think everything is going to look fine, and you're going to feel a lot better on Monday morning than you do now. But if they don't, you need to figure some things out because 3 weeks is not a small sample size.
It's
Like,
not.
it is not. If they don't produce this week, I am panicked for everybody except Mixon. I think Mixon is going to consistently be a
He'll
top
be
10
fine.
running back this year.
I agree.
Is Chase going to remain in everybody's top 10 wide receivers week to week? I don't know. We'll see. Does
Would you
Higgins
rather
remain in
get?
everybody's top 20?
mm,
I don't know. We will see. So
Would
it's
you
interesting.
rather Chase this week or Amon Ra against the Vikings this week? That
I
answers my question.
The fact that
That
I
that,
really
that
thought about
pause
it is
answers my
enough.
question.
But yeah, but Amon Ra's been ridiculously productive week to week, going back to last season for like 10 games now.
Right.
Like at a certain
But
point, you got to
for Jamar
respect it.
Chase, we're talking about.
I would
People
play
forget
Jamar
Jamar Chase.
Chase because I think he is a better player. But
Yeah.
there was a real moment of, who's playing cornerback for the Vikings? Like the gears started turning in my head in a way that they should not have if the Bengals look like the Bengals are supposed to look. So we'll see. Like if they don't do it this week, I am legitimately concerned. I think they are going to do it this week. But man, if they
I do too.
don't,
It gets interesting out there. It's definitely something we will talk about. Raiders Titans is grosser than I thought until I said it out loud. Like that Tennessee Titans offense looks like the worst offense in football. It looks like the worst offense in football. I can't think of like I mean, Houston comes to
that's
mind, but
fair.
when
Fair.
Houston gets the ball that cooks, they get up and down the field a little bit. I can't think of another offense that is as nasty as it looks. Henry's just running in 3.1 yards a carry for Henry. It looks
So the
bad.
thing that always made Henry special is the line was good and he could get ahead of steam hitting and passing the line of scrimmage. Right now,
Right.
he's getting hit behind the line of scrimmage before
And
he
he's not a
like
yeah. He's not gonna make you miss.
Henry's always been super powerful and super fast. He is not necessarily the super shifty, quick guy that's going to make you miss in the backfield before he gets
Right.
going. That's not what you want from him. What you want is for him to get moving, get downhill. If the line isn't good enough to assist him in getting downhill to do Derrick Henry things, and the fact that let's be real, Derrick Henry looks a step slower than he did last year. Like
He does.
let's
He does. He looks a little more indecisive this year. Um, and he does look a step slower. He doesn't.
so
It's not.
what
There's
comes
where
to
I need to run. Let's get downhill. It
what
doesn't look
comes to
like that.
mind. I thought all off season that it was just one of those. He came back a little early from the injury. He wasn't in full rhythm. The end of that playoff game last year is starting to replay in my head where I'm like, hmm, at his best, Derrick Henry walks that in for a touchdown. Are his best days just gone? I don't want to be dramatic about it, but we've always talked about it. At running back, it happens fast.
Yes,
It's like they
yes.
look
Running back
fine,
hits that
and
cliff and
then
it
they
goes
don't
down.
look fine. Like, look, I'm living through it right now. Zeke ain't Zeke no more. At least he ain't the Zeke that y'all want to hope he is again. He's not that guy. It's not like it suddenly happened, but we saw it about 2 years ago. Where it's like,
Right,
you know what? He's a little banged up. It'll be all right. No, it had happened, and we just didn't acknowledge it at the time.
right,
It
right.
happens fast at
100%.
running back. It happens
It
fast.
happened. It happens immediately, and it happens to everyone, including Derrick Henry. Like Derrick Henry's one who's he's not built a certain way. He's 100%, but a bone snaps in your foot, your offensive line is not as good. Taylor Lewan is your
They
best
look.
offensive
They
lineman.
look. They
He
look.
can't stay on the field now.
They don't look
Things
good at all.
right. Like AJ Brown matters. We see in Philly, AJ
They've really
Brown is
just
that
let
guy
him go for no reason.
for no reason. I don't mind Traylon Burks. I think he will be a good player, but they're not even trying to get him the ball. Robert Woods is washed. I've seen all I need to see in the 2 games. He's cooked. He doesn't look.
Man, that one
He's
hurts my
cooked.
soul.
I love
That
Robert.
one
I know
hurts.
you love Robert Woods, man. That's your guy.
But I also don't have a single share of Robert Woods, despite being in 7 leagues. Like maybe subconsciously, I already understood it, and I just wouldn't verbalize it during the summer because that's been my guy for so long. But
He's cooked,
somehow
man.
I didn't draft him, and I don't remember coming to a point at any draft where I almost thought to draft him. It was just kind of like, it's the Titans. If he produces, good for him. I'm good.
It's yeah, like wide receiver isn't one of those things where you start off slow and you get better as the season goes. Like you either have, it's just not. It's not one of those. Oh, I get stronger as the season. No, man. Like wide receiver, he's not shifty.
He's off.
He's
He's
not.
off an
He's not
ACL.
crazy.
He's off. He's off
One
an
hundred
ACL.
percent. I
So
completely understand why, but he's not Robert Woods, and it matters,
I don't
man.
want to
Like
call my man washed. Like I
he's
just don't
cooked to
want to do
me.
it.
You'll call
Don't make
Allen
me do
Robinson
it. I'm
washed.
not. I'm,
Woods doesn't look any better, bro. Any better.
the draft capital you spent on Allen Robinson versus Robert Woods is what
This is very
likely very
fair.
different.
This is
Like
very fair.
look, I said it a couple weeks ago, and after week 2, I am not discouraged. Matt Stafford's going to throw it to Cup. He's going to throw it to running backs. He's going to throw it to Higby a lot. And Robert Woods will get it when he really don't got other options. Don't let that
Robinson
little
is gonna
touchdown
get open.
fool you.
Nah,
Don't
he's
let the
gonna get.
touchdown fool you.
They're
Don't
gonna
let
get
the
him the ball. They
5
are.
targets. 5 targets. He's
It's
got
not a lot of
7
target.
targets in 2 games. He's
It's
got
not
7 targets in 2 games.
right, right. But it went from
Seven.
2 to 5. It went from 2 to 5. If he lands at 7 targets a game, you play Allen Robinson.
Wait. The thing is, Higby's targets didn't go down.
No.
Last week, Cups went down slightly. I don't expect that to be the case on a regular
Oh
basis. So
God,
I
no.
expect it to be more like 3, 4 targets a game for Allen Robinson. Can he eat off that? Not in the way that I feel good about, unless he becomes just touchdown Superman, which in that offense, if he becomes their red zone guy, fair enough. But anything short of that, I don't want
Right.
Allen Robinson. But I'm not going to call Woods washed. I'm just not doing it. You can't make me. I'm not going to do it.
I'm
You
not gonna
can't
make you.
make
You
me.
my man.
You
You know,
can't.
you're
You
my
can't make
man.
me.
I
That's
love
my
you more
guy.
than anything. I love you more than
That's
most things in this world. But
that
he's washed. He's
that's my
cooked,
guy.
baby.
That's
He's
he
cooked.
was such a solid wide receiver 3 for so long. I
Right.
have such an
He's
appreciation
cooked.
for him.
He's
This
cooked.
feels like a family member.
It does, man. He's finished out here. Raider side, Devontae,
Absolutely.
the Devontae thing was
Last week was
weird. Like
weird. That
he
was
scored the early
weird.
touchdown, and I was like, oh, he's about to put up another 30 because they got the early TD, and then they 2 catches. That's an
And
anomaly. He's gonna
The
go now.
Cardinals defense is not good.
It's not
They
good.
are
It's an
quite
anomaly.
bad.
Don't worry about this. Is panic or patience. This
No,
is all patience. Devontae's
Not worried
elite.
about Devontae
They're going to give
whatsoever.
him.
Not worried
He's
about
going to
him
get
whatsoever.
12 targets this week and catch 9 of them and go nuts. Like it's Devontae Adams. He'll be fine.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Josh Jacobs has been getting a lot more volume than I thought he would be. It doesn't look great yet because he hasn't scored, but the volume is there. I think you'll be okay with Josh Jacobs here.
If you're playing him, if he's in your running back two sort of a role, I don't think that you might not be elated, but you're not upset either. I think you're fine to keep playing him there. So yeah, I'd still be playing him. I don't really see
Yeah,
much. The running back depth in leagues being what it is, I just can't see you having two better
too
options than
many
Josh
options.
Jacobs.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah, 100% agree. Renfro probably won't play this week. He's cooked. He got concussed twice last week.
So
So
that's the thing nobody talked about on the first fumble when the tight end
they don't care about
uh, when the tight end went
Foster
for
Moreau.
the tight
Yeah,
end, Foster Moreau.
yeah,
He definitely need Renfro in the back of the head, and Renfro
yeah.
looked
Yeah, he was out.
dizzy after the first fumble, and then 2 plays later they threw it to him, and Simmons absolutely lit him up.
Ugh,
Like that hit was honestly, that's the hit we've been waiting for 2.5 years from Isaiah Simmons. Like you went top 10 to do stuff like this. You haven't done many things like this. But that was the sort of hit that got him picked where
yeah.
he was picked because that was just it was fast and
It
it
was
was
textbook
violent.
too,
It
man.
was
And it was
so
textbook.
perfect.
It was a
And
perfect hit.
Renfro was done.
Oh no, he's finished out here.
Done.
He was finished out here. He was looking for the ball.
I
He was
hope
looking
he's
for
a
somebody to come help him.
look. I hope he's okay. And this might be one of those sneaky athletic sort of a situation. So please forgive me. Given the way that things went for Wes Welker and Edelman,
And
I just
Edelman.
hope that Renfro throughout his career is careful. And I hate to be saying this because they're smallish slot white guys, but one thing Cole Beasley was always good at, who also played that role, is he would find ways to get tackled and not get hit hard. Like he understood, I am 5'8", 160 pounds. Let me just get down. I
Right.
hope Renfro learns that lesson because I remember some concussions when he was in school before he got to the league. He's not
Yes.
the biggest of
100%.
guys. The way he got lit up, like that was scary because he was out. He was
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He was cleaned up.
protect yourself. Do not rush back to be back by even next week. Like if you need to take a month to make sure that you are good, take a month and make sure that you are good. Like legit.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
didn't look good.
Both the
Like
teams
that
are
hit
0
was
2.
that was
It was
bad.
nasty. It was nasty. Both the teams are
Very
0
much so.
2. You know, they're going to be out here playing hard. Uh, Raiders need this win because that division's nuts, and they'll get it.
I
Um,
so you're starting Waller. Is there anybody else on the Raiders that's even interesting other than those three? Like
no,
Carr is one of those. Maybe, maybe not. Like I don't know that I
nope,
feel great about it, but
nope,
okay,
not a soul, not a soul.
okay.
Um, Saints Panthers is interesting because I think you haven't gotten what you wanted out of McCaffrey yet, and this Saints run defense is legit. They've been legit for years.
Well, he
I
was also
don't.
limited in practice today. He was also limited
I
in
know,
practice today.
man. Like this McCaffrey, I have him in one league, and thank God it's only one, bro.
I
It's
think that
just
McCaffrey just honestly, my hope is that they're being smart and they're just going to manage him throughout the season. That is my legitimate hope.
they're 0 2.
From a touch,
Get the ball to your players who are going to get you wins, bro. Like at a certain point, what are you resting them for? This isn't an Austin Eckler situation where, all right, we know we can play with anymore. We're gonna get W's. It's you're 0 2 and you got Baker back there. If you don't run 6 screens out here and put him out here in the slot and get him
the
12
thing is,
targets, what are we
the
doing?
thing is, I'm sure as a Giants fan last week watching that game, your whole
What are we
thought
doing?
process was like, yes, give everybody else the ball. Don't give McCaffrey the ball 25 and 30 times today.
I was
Like,
thrilled. I was
like
thrilled.
exactly. Like the other team just doesn't want you to give it to him. So you should
I was
probably
sitting at
give
the
it to
Mets.
him.
I was sitting at the Mets game. My pops. Shout out to the OG. I'm at the
Hey,
Mets game.
shout out a senior.
I'm at the Mets game. We win, by the way. Mets in the playoffs. Shout out to the Mets. And
I
I'm
haven't
looking down
watched
at
an
the
inning of
phone.
baseball all season.
I know
The
pain.
learners do not respect us as consumers, and they will not get my eyeballs, my attention, my money. Y'all let Soto go.
Uh,
Y'all told us when Bryce left. Y'all told us when Bryce left. This is necessary to sign Soto. We were like, man, this is trash, but all right, y'all better know what y'all doing. Then y'all told us when y'all let Rendon go. Look, we still need more for Soto. We know he's generational. He's going to be the best player in baseball. We need to do whatever it takes to pay and keep him. And then when it was time to pay Soto, they were just like, nah. And then
it's
they
and then
told us as fans that we ain't real fans if we don't love them through the hard times. What are you talking about, B? It really came at the fans like, y'all only love us when we up. You keep letting the bad players go for your cheap, but we the ones that ain't loyal. We the problem. The consumer who wants to see a good product. We are the issue.
oh
The learners
Lord.
don't respect us. Sell the fucking team. Get the fuck out of DC, B. Get the fuck out of DC. All right? Like, real shit. Real shit. Juan Soto was, like, damn it, man. He was the only thing we had left.
Yo, we
And the
had
one,
Karen.
and the,
We
and the,
needed
and the
that
one,
Coke,
hold
Karen.
up, hold up, hold up. And
Karen
our, and
flushed the
our
Coke
team,
down and you ain't got
hold
no
on. Our green eye, blue eyed monster Scherzer is now playing for the Mets, flourishing. Y'all ain't pay
appreciate you,
him
baby.
neither. The
Appreciate
only
you.
player you played was Strasburg, who literally was
My arm
never
better than his now.
healthy until the World Series year.
Oh
And the
Lord.
second y'all paid him, he has not been healthy since. But somehow he's the one y'all paid. I'm not. I'm done with
Pitching
baseball, B.
pitching
I'm
wins
done.
championships now. You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
done.
You gotta pay them. Word to Scherzer, I appreciate you, man. The Grom Scherzer
And
gonna be
Trey
mean out
Turner.
there.
I almost forgot. Y'all let Trey Turner go, and y'all also told us that was so you could pay Soto. And then you didn't pay Soto.
Ah! Karen, we needed that Coke, Karen. They Karen flushed the Coke. I saw those all y'all had. She flushed it down the toilet.
This is
Karen,
all we had. Like, man,
that's all you
I ain't
had.
paying attention to baseball. Man,
Oh Lord, your pain is. Ooh, shout out to the Mets. So I'm in. So I'm at the Mets game, right? So I'm at the Mets game and I'm watching my Flacco demise. So like they're showing out in the jumbotron. Look at what Joe Flacco does. So I'm already like, all right, man, Mets better win this game because I'm playing against Joe Flacco on purpose. Because
didn't you
this
lose
weirdo
like
stuff.
three? You lost by like 3 points or something, right?
No, it was more than
It's some,
that. Like, but he put up 33. Like, it don't matter. Like, I lost by Joe Flacco. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares, bro? Oh shit! And he played. He has Mariota and Flacco as his quarterbacks, and I lost. You know what I'm saying? And I have Josh and Herbert in that league, and Jefferson. It doesn't make any sense. And I was like, all right, Josh cooked. He has Diggs. Every touchdown to Diggs, and I'm just watching like, oh okay, y'all not gonna cover this thing. Anyway, I'm at the game. I'm at the game with Pops, and I just keep looking down at the phone like, oh, McCaffrey touches a all right, this is ideal. We're down, but McCaffrey's not getting the ball. They're not trying to conserve this lead. I don't understand why they're not using McCaffrey. They should be using McCaffrey the way we're using Saquon. Like
but here's
Saquon
the
didn't
thing:
produce a lot last week, but he's got his
if
touches.
McCaffrey is giving you, let's say, 17 a game, that's not what you drafted him for.
It's
But if
great
he,
production. He hasn't scored a touchdown yet.
but if he does that, and here's the thing, I expect the touchdown production to go up. So I don't
I
necessarily need
agree.
him to get a large amount more touches than he's getting
Right.
right now. I actually like
17
the
turns
fact
into
that they may be
23.
using him.
Yeah.
I may like him in a way, used in a way where I think he's going to play more this season. Like if I'm getting 18-point McCaffrey and I get him for 14 weeks, I mean, there is something to be said for 28-point McCaffrey. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not stupid. But if I got to find a replacement for him or I'm playing Chuba Hubbard 6 weeks, Chuba ain't good, B. That's all
Chuba
I'm
sucks.
saying.
Chuba stinks.
That's like, I got him handcuffed to McCaffrey and I halfway want to drop him anyway. Like, regardless. Like, you are my handcuff. You are the clear handcuff to a injury. I won't call him injury prone, but a player who's been injured a decent amount
Who has
over
been injured?
recent
Yeah.
years. And I still want to cut. Dude, he got the ball once last week and fumbled immediately
Fumble,
and was
and
never
then never
seen
got him back.
again. Like,
And it was on the kickoff.
no, you ain't good, man. Like,
He's not good.
like
He's not
last
good
year,
at
I
all.
remember McCaffrey got hurt and he went for like 38 fab dollars or something. It was like Chuba Hubbard. Yeah, he gonna fill that role. He gonna be little McCaffrey. That dude sucks. That dude is mediocre
Chuba,
as
man.
hell.
Speaking
Like
of mediocre, Baker Mayfield, like who is he? We had such high hopes for DJ Moore. I know he got in the end zone, but ugh,
it did not
people's
look good. Like
people were locked in on Robbie. Oh, look at Robbie week one. Stop. It's Robbie Anderson. We knew what this was coming. If you didn't know, we told
I
you.
I
If you didn't listen to
I
us,
would
that's on you.
I feel strangely okay about DJ Moore
Yeah,
because he
he's fine.
started literally
He'll be
every
fine.
season slowly. No, he's literally started every season slowly. For whatever reason, his first 3 to 4 weeks every year
Right.
aren't really indicative of what he's going to become. So I feel strangely okay about him. And I feel good if I'm starting McCaffrey. I'm not starting anybody else.
No. Nope. Other side of the ball, Jameis's back is broken, so we're not going to start him because his back is broken.
Oh,
Um,
wait. I got a league where my second and third quarterbacks are Jameis and Baker. God bless my soul. Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
that's tragic. That's dark.
It
That's pure dark.
is.
That's darkness. That's
But it's a
darkness.
super flex. But it's a super flex. And I am considering just plugging in a wide receiver in that slot. Like legit.
Listen, all that matters is your plan, I guess, man. But damn, yo, that's not. Damn,
Baker, I don't want to trust Baker under any
he
circumstance. That dude is
sucks.
so mediocre, man.
He sucks.
He
They
is so
chose.
mediocre.
He stinks.
He was
Michael
all he
Thomas
gonna show
is.
Cleveland and then lost.
He sucks. And he done lost, bro. Y'all let Brissett throw 4 yard passes for a minute and a half down the field to beat y'all. That shit was gross. I love this game so much, man. It's so stupid. Michael Thomas looks back, can't guard Mike. Slant ball, like
I
he's
feel
running.
good about I feel good about him. I feel good. He's running those same slants, but he can run that
He's
damn route. Like
he can run that
God
thing.
bless him. Like y'all might call him slant boy, but y'all ain't stopping him on a slant.
You can't
So
stop him,
God bless
and he's
Michael
scoring
Thomas. You're
touchdowns.
playing him.
Another touchdown, B. Like he if he
How do you
gets in
feel
the
about
end
Olave?
zone,
How
I
do you
think
feel
he's
about Olave?
talented. I think he's talented. Jameis's
Very
back is
talented.
broken.
Fair enough.
It doesn't
Kamara,
matter.
obviously. Where's
Kamara looks like
Kamara
he'll
at
be back.
practice wise?
He's
Okay.
got two
And if you
limiteds.
have him, you're
So
obviously going to play him. If you
yeah,
have him,
yeah,
you're
he went limited.
obviously playing him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he went limited yesterday, today. It'd be nice to see a full practice tomorrow, but they'll probably keep him limited. But if he's in, you're throwing Alvin Kamara out there,
Absolutely.
and that's it. You're throwing him out there. Other than that, yeah. Um, Ravens Patriots is next. I don't want to talk much about the Patriots. Mac Jones looks like his back is broken, but it's not. So there's that.
The run game's a mess. Like,
No
I don't
pass
know what to do with
catchers.
those
I'm not
running
starting any
backs.
of them. I'm not
No.
starting one pass catcher. Like Nelson Aguilar looks
He
okay.
Nelson Aguilar will have these 3 to 4 week periods where he looks very good. And I am half wondering if we're in the middle of one because you don't want to try to put him in at the end of it where it starts to look bad again and then you're chasing him.
Right,
But no, you're not
right.
playing
Two
Aguilar.
for 32.
Um,
Yep.
our guy Jacoby looked all right last week. Like I
I
might
love
have to
Jacoby,
circle
but I'm not.
back.
No, I'm not starting any of them. They can all go away. The
Fair.
Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson thing, I had to get off it again this week. I was wrong on. Well, I wouldn't say I'm wrong. Like it's a lot of season left, but I don't like the look. I don't like the feel. It all looks gross. It all looks horrible. Yeah, man. Like go ahead. Go ahead.
Joe Judge, Matt Patricia.
Joe Judge. Look at yo. Shout out to Brian Dable. Listen, Brian, if you ever see this man, thank you so much for just taking this job, dog. Like you're Belichick had you. He should have said White Brian. Like ooh, you knew you got the job, but that's fine. Shout out to you for coming over here, man. We're playing hard for you. I appreciate you. You got us at 2-0, and you got Joe Judge putting mittens on our guys in the in practice. and taping footballs to tennis balls to our hands, and we gave up and we just got cooked because apparently tennis balls on their hands means that you can't play. Like none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense at all. It's a bag full of like he sucks. Thank you for being terrible, Joe Judge. I appreciate you. I should have realized what I should have did was realize that Joe Judge was going to be calling these plays, and I would have put Ramondre Stevenson at the back of my list, not near the top. I would have said, "Here, stay away, Damian Harris. I love you. Roll damn tide. Fight through it, man. Whatever you need to do to get out of there. Hopefully, they let you go and set you free next year
Matt
so you can go somewhere and be great."
Patricia
Matt
and Joe
Patricia, you
Judge.
were horrible on defense. You were the worst defensive play caller I've seen in years. And now
Yo,
you playing you
if
playing
I may,
pity pat. Oh, you're playing pity
at
pat with
some
Joe
point,
Judge to see who calls
at
bad plays. I'm
at some
good,
point,
yo.
there was an interview or a podcast this week where Glover Quinn did an interview about the Matt Patricia years in Detroit, and I can only say it was absolutely fascinating. I cannot remember the pod's name at the moment, but it was from this
Oh,
week.
I'll find it.
And after hearing that and the way that he talked about Matt Patricia, I'm inclined to say if he is ever put in a position where he is in
Pain,
charge of anything, it is going to
pain,
fail. It is
pain,
going to fail. If you
pain,
want him to be
pure
part of a
pain.
collaborative, like setting up game plans, he's probably fine with that. But if you want him directly in charge, it's not going to go well.
Here's the thing: no Ty Montgomery last week either. Nothing happened. Like they didn't do anything to just say, "All right, Ramondre, let's cook." This is not the first game without
Nah,
Ty.
it
This is
looked,
another
but
game
the thing
without Ty.
is, Ramondre played the vast majority of the snaps,
He did. He got
and
65.
yet Dame, and yet Damien got the ball more. Like
Right. It
that's
matters.
worth looking at.
All
Like
it
Damien,
all
if
matters.
anything, Damien Harris might be the one that you're paying attention to this week, wondering if he's worth trying to go get if you can get him for cheap.
Right. Pain mix. Pain. Other side, Lamar looks like he is Lamar is doing what Aaron Judge did, and I respect it. Aaron Judge said, "I'm not taking this. I'm not taking this. I'm a bet on me." Aaron Judge is about to hit 61 home runs tonight or tomorrow, whenever one of these days is. Lamar comes out here 2 straight weeks. He's QB1.
Wait,
We said everything we said about
wait,
Josh.
wait.
Josh is not
Real
QB1
quick.
on the year so far.
Lamar's been amazing. Real quick. Well, part of it is also Josh literally sat a quarter and a half the other night because he was beating that
Yeah,
team so damn bad. Like that's how good
yeah.
Josh is. Whereas
Josh had two
Lamar's
more
team, and
TDs
this
on him.
is no fault of Lamar's. Lamar was incredible, but
Josh had
you
two more
know.
TDs in him.
It,
He did.
anyway,
Josh had, and he
I
sat
got a
some of
question.
the end
As a
of
New
that first
Yorker,
game too because they were
you
smoking
you
him.
you mentioned you mentioned the 61 thing. I'm
Hmm.
curious, as somebody who lives up there,
Hmm.
are Yankees fans basically acting like this is the real record? Is that how they're treating it? Like, are they treating it like everybody who's
No,
hit over 61
61
was
is the
cheating?
Yankee record. Um,
I
so
know it is, but given the fact that you got Sosa and McGuire and Bond,
yeah,
like, I'm legit
yeah.
asking, are they going to treat this like it is the record if he gets to 62? Like, are Yankees fans acting like that in New York? I don't know that they would be. I'm just saying, are they
No,
acting like, okay,
no,
this is the true king?
no.
Okay, fair enough.
This is just a Yankee thing for them.
Fair
It's like
enough. Fair
he's gonna
enough.
hit more
Okay.
home runs than the Yankee, which is
Then,
amazing. Like
then
you know the
Maris, which
Yankee
is
lineup.
It's the Yankees. It's the
It's
Yankees. Yeah,
Yankees.
fair
He's
enough.
gonna
All
hit
right,
more
I was
home
just
runs than
curious.
any Yankee ever did. Also, I don't really give a shit. Like I hope he's a Met next year. I hope they don't pay him and we just say, "Listen, Aaron, we got 500 million for you. Come on over to the other side. You don't gotta move. Nothing. You just gotta you just gotta drive an extra 20 minutes, my guy." I hope they don't pay him. That's all it is. Don't pay him.
They're gonna pay him. They're gonna pay him.
Of course they are. They're gonna give him a.
They're gonna pay
They're
him.
gonna give him. They're gonna give him the most money, maybe ever. Maybe ever. That might be what it needs to keep him.
You know,
Trout got what, like 11 for like 430 or something silly like that.
so I've been thinking that the Judge contract or the Soto contract, whatever he ultimately signs for, one of them are gonna get half a billion.
Yeah,
That's how I see
that's
it.
gonna be
One of them are
Judge.
gonna get
It's gonna
half
be
a
Judge.
billion. It was
Judge is
supposed to
getting
be
half a
Soto,
billion.
which is why we had let everybody else go.
You know what? It might be more so than now with Tatis out. Look at us bringing baseball in. It's like, we pay attention to all this shit. Like we're just nerds. Um, Ravens. Obviously, you go Lamar. Dobbins might be back. Don't play him.
I'm not playing
Just
them yet.
won't play
No,
him. Don't
no.
play him. Got to see what it looks like.
I
See
want to
that he
see
can
what it
get
looks
back.
like. See how
but
he looks as well as the role. His role I would expect to be very low this week, but I want to see how he looks. Does he look like?
I want to see how he
Does he
looks.
look sure of himself? That's as much as anything. Does he look sure of himself, or does he look very
100%.
tentative?
Um, Rashad Bateman, you're playing. Duvernay came
Hmm.
out of concussion protocol. He's going to have games where he's fine, but he's not. The volume for him is a little less than I thought it would be. But kick return touchdown plus 2 for 42 gets you 12 points in the PPR league. It all matters. But
So
you needed a kick return touchdown for him to even matter
is
last week.
there other than Bateman and Andrews? Is there
Nope.
anyone on that offense besides Lamar you do feel good about playing? Okay, just to make sure. Like
No, no.
nobody for me.
Keep an eye out though. If you have a league, if you're in any kind of dynasty league, if you have a deeper league where you stash things,
Likely,
Isaiah
likely.
Likely. Isaiah Likely, man. Like eventually what had Lamar in his MVP form was that two tight end setup, let Lamar do what he does thing. Isaiah Likely down the line, you can have something very, 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 very interesting if this goes the
I
way I
agree.
see it going.
I
Um,
agree.
my favorite game, Lions Vikings this week. That's my favorite game of the
That's your
week.
favorite game.
Yeah. Fantasy wise. Fantasy wise, it's my favorite. Like Lions,
Are you
Swift looks
starting
like a
Jared
world
Goff?
beater. Yeah.
Are you starting Jared Goff?
Yeah.
Goff looks.
I said Goff was going to score more points than Aaron Rodgers last week.
You did. You also said you wouldn't start him. This week, I think I feel fine starting Jared Goff over Aaron Rodgers. I think I'm
I
there.
do. You
I
see what I'm
think I'm
saying?
there. I
Come to the
think I'm
dark
there.
side.
Golf
Come to
pod. Golf
the
pod. Let's get
come to
it.
the dark side.
Let's get
Come to
it.
the come to I
Man
am
went number one in the draft for a reason, I guess. But nah, golf
like
looks. The Lions
that.
look like a decent
They have
team.
a lot, dude. They're doing this without
They
Jameson
play
Williams
hard.
too, who's coming back
They
in. Like
play
that
hard.
offense is they do, and they care about playing for this Dan Campbell dude.
That
They care about
offensive
playing
line.
for him.
Well, I knew that would happen. He was in Dallas as an assistant for years. He
Okay,
was a passionate dude. The players loved him. Like the
they love
players
him.
that were around him absolutely loved him. Shout out to Dan Campbell and what he's doing. Detroit, they play hard, man. I
They
respect
do.
what they are
One
doing.
and one, a
Aiden
quick one and
Hutchinson
one
looked
too.
very
They
good
haven't won
last.
a game this
Aiden
early in a long time.
Aiden Hutchinson 3 first half stacks last week. He looked very,
Yeah,
very, very good. Shout out to them. And Jeff Okuda, finally healthy. He looks the part on the outside. He looks
yeah.
the
Good
part.
luck with Jefferson this week. Off a bad game, though. We're gonna say him like off a bad game. Here's where I say, obviously, we don't have to mention Jefferson. He's gonna be fine.
Hey, Slay
I
Slay
think
looked good. Slay looked
here's
good
the
last week
thing.
for Philly. Slay looked
I
good.
think we get Adam Thielen looking like Adam Thielen this week.
I am kind of banking on that as well, but it is very similar to the Cincinnati situation where if it doesn't happen this week, I am full on panicked. Full on panic. Like there will be no more patience. There will be no more.
Okay.
It's coming around. If he does not produce this week, I think it is. You're not going to release him or drop him, but you are going to put him on the bench until you see him produce. I am right. I am there with Adam Thielen. But same token, I feel strangely confident he is going to produce this week, and I'm not particularly
I do
worried
too.
about it this week. And
What do you,
Jefferson's going
where,
to have a big game.
yeah, where are you with Dalvin? Are you panicked if Dalvin doesn't?
Dalvin, I'm in.
Here's the thing with Dalvin.
Dalvin,
Uh,
it, I am in. It. There are a few of these
he
players where it's.
nothing
I
has
feel
looked
good
bad
about
for him.
them
He hasn't looked slow.
because
He looks like the same Dalvin Cook. It's just
give
here's
him the
what
ball,
I'm missing. Here's
give
what
him
I'm
the
missing from
ball.
him. Dalvin is probably he's the best screen pass running back in the league to me. They haven't done that. Like that removes
This is a new coach.
you know
This is
what
a new
helps
coach
Cousins
getting
last
used to
week?
his team.
Throw a couple screen passes to Dalvin Cook. And now you're
Absolutely.
not backpedaling and things open up for you more. Like Dalvin
I like Dalvin this week. I like Dalvin
I do
this
too.
week. Look, I feel weirdly confident about some people who haven't produced to this point, and there are other people who have been either middling in production or haven't produced that I am completely out on.
Agreed.
For better or worse, I tend to trust my eyes and how I see it. I feel good about Dalvin this week. If Dalvin has a decent but not great game this week, I will still feel okay about
I
Dalvin.
still feel okay. Yeah.
If he has a all-out bad game, I just don't expect him to have an all-out bad game as long as he gets touches. The question is, will he get the touches? I can't speak to that.
I agree. Lions side, obviously we mentioned Swift, we mentioned Amon Ra, we mentioned Goff. Hawkinson's been interesting, man. Like he's super talented, but there's just a lot going on out there. And Amon Ra's
He's in
always
the he's
open.
in the he's in the wasteland of tight ends where it's like if you have
Yes,
him on your team, it is highly unlikely you have a better option. So play him. Um, if you are looking for a tight end, just go find one on waivers. They're all the same.
right,
After maybe 6 to 8 of them, they're all the same. They're
right.
touchdown
If you happen
dependent.
to
You're
have,
hoping for targets.
yep, yep. If you happen to have Everett on your waiver wire, I've been telling you for a couple weeks about Everett. He's part of that passing
Dude,
game. He's in. Like
you
Everett
were
is going to be a
100%
guy.
right there. I still hate that he wears number 7. That looks so stupid on the
It's
tight end,
weird.
but he's
It's
he's
weird.
eating.
You mentioned Higby. If Higby happens to be on a waiver wire, it's weird because he's a bigger name, bigger offense that people saw coming in. But if he's there, that target share matters.
The target share
Um,
is real. Yep.
Eagles, Commanders. I don't have anything out of the ordinary except for their, like I think now you start Miles Sanders. I've seen 2 weeks. He's got the volume. I think Miles Sanders is
Hmm.
fine. Hertz looks really good so far. He's commanding this offense
Very
really
much,
well.
very much the part.
AJ Brown, you're starting. I think Devonta Smith, a great bounce back for him. 7 for 80, good bounce back. I think he'll be perfectly
I
fine.
think he'll be all right depending on. Yeah, if he's amongst the options you have, you're probably in good shape if you want to put him in.
Yep,
He's not a person that you absolutely can't put on the bench, but I feel fine playing him.
100%. Um, the other side, same thing. I feel perfectly fine with McLaurin and Dotson. Dotson's a part of this offense,
We said that we would
so
revisit Dotson. He
he's
is
a
a
part
part
of
of
this
this
offense.
offense. I still don't know that I feel great playing him.
Do
I
you
still don't know
feel
that I feel great playing him.
Dotson or Garrett
I'm
Wilson?
not saying that I'd probably go Wilson.
Okay, okay.
Like
To me, that
Dotson
says a
is
lot
not
because
the
because
number one.
Dotson, they're going out of their way to get him the ball.
They are, but he is still not their number one target. McLaurin is.
I agree.
And I'm not sure that
Um,
he didn't get more touches than Samuel either. Whereas I think that Wilson will get the most touches in the passing game. The Curtis Samuel thing
the
is interesting. I would feel fine
Samuel
playing him. I
thing
feel
we will revisit
absolutely fine
full
playing him.
a lot next week because if this happens
Yeah, like
again
I
here,
if it's 3 weeks,
we're
if
gonna
it's
have to
three
really
weeks,
talk
it's a
about this.
thing because it is.
Yeah,
Look, he's looked good. He's looked good. Legitimately, he
yeah.
has looked good this so far this season.
Chiefs at Colts. The Colts are 0-1-1 are about to get ran by the Chiefs because I believe Matt
Taylor,
Ryan
Pittman,
sucks.
not anybody else. Yo,
Nope,
Matt Ryan, he is
he
so
stinks.
cooked. I don't know why so watched so much of that game last week, but he looked horrible,
He's
horrible.
terrible. Yep, Pittman, Taylor, other side. Are you starting any Kansas City Chief pass catcher other than Kelsey with any type of confidence?
With confidence, no.
Right. Struggle, man. I don't know.
I mean,
I
I
don't really
might
know
be
what to say
starting
about it.
Juju or Valdez Scantling depending on my options, but I don't feel comfortable or confident
I
in
don't
that.
feel comfortable with any of it. Clyde. I'm starting to come around on Clyde. Feeling comfortable starting
I
Clyde.
have come around on Clyde. Like Clyde is good money in my book.
Crazy.
He's good money in my
Um,
book. He's got a legitimate role. They're using him both running and as a pass catcher. That's all you could want. And right now, he looks like the second biggest weapon in an offense led by Pat Mahomes, or the second biggest skill player after
right.
Kelsey.
Agreed.
It looks like it's Clyde. So yeah, I'm playing him. Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed. Pat's about to go nuts. Ugh. Texans Bears. Um,
That is gross. That is gross. Like shit. God, it don't seem so bad on paper till you hear it out loud. Like, damn,
Texans
I don't want to
Bears.
watch that.
I'm not spending a
Are
long
they?
time talking
Can you
about this,
send them
bro.
to
I'm not.
London? Can you send them to London and play it at 6 a.m. so I can just kind of watch it as I'm having my coffee or some shit? Like,
Texans Bears is very simple. Start Brandon Cooks. Start David Montgomery.
yeah, that's it,
Cole Kmet has two
and we're
zeros,
done.
bro. Wheeler, he's got two zeros, bro. Wheeler,
Dog,
if y'all
I
watch
sat
this and
here.
say, "Yo, Cole Kmet, man, they like Cole Kmet, both of them. They both like Cole Kmet. Two zeros, Cole Kmet. You making me look stupid out here, dog. And
Hey,
you were
hey,
we got text threads of you saying, I don't know why she won't trade me Cole Komet. That's God saying you don't need this B. You don't need this stuff.
and now I'm just like, just keep him on your bench. Whatever. You ain't gonna play him. I don't want him. I got
You
Higby to
could
God. Had she traded him to me, I would not have picked up Higby off waivers. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
2 zeros, bro. You
Two
know how hard it is to get
zeros.
two
Like,
zeros when you got mid on offense already? Who else gonna get the ball? Not Cole
hey,
Komet.
hey, hey, not Darnell Mooney either, apparently. Like
Ugh.
that offense looks
Y'all,
broken. Like
that offense
he's the
sucks.
other one. Like that looks like depending on how your roster looks, if you want to drop Darnell Mooney, I really can't knock you for it. I'd
Yeah,
probably try to be patient, but I can't knock you for it because you're not going to feel good playing him anytime soon.
disgusting.
Even if he has a good
Uh,
game this week, you're not going to feel good about them consistently having good games. That offense looks terrible, except for
mhm.
David Montgomery. He looks really good, actually.
He
David
does.
Montgomery
He
looks
does.
very, very good this season.
He does. It's about 90 seconds too long on talking about that game. Good lord, man.
But
Texans
it was
Bears.
so
I didn't
gross that
realize they
it needed
played.
discussion. Like that was so nasty.
Ugh. Um, Jaguars and Chargers. I didn't realize that this is fun.
The
This is
Jags are fun.
fun.
I said it all summer. Jags are going to be better than people expect. You're starting Christian Kirk. You are starting
Uh,
James Robinson.
Obviously, I'm all in on Christian
Depending on
Kirk.
your
I just
options, you
traded Christian
might be
Kirk.
starting.
I just traded T. Higgins away partly because I believe in Christian Kirk so heavily. I
Christian
think Christian
Kirk
Kirk, his
is
target volume is going to
absolutely
be something spooky. Like he might finish top 5 target share in the league this year, as just as far as
the
share of
question.
targets goes.
Are you starting Trevor Lawrence with any confidence? How do you feel about
No,
starting?
no, that
Okay,
Chargers defense is very very good. Um,
it is.
they just played
It is.
they just played Mahomes in Kansas City, who because he's a transcendent talent, he played well, but he didn't go crazy. He didn't do
But
anything
even though
outlandish
he
against
didn't
them.
go crazy. No, he absolutely
No.
didn't.
Um, that Chargers defense is very, very good. Very good. So I don't feel confident playing Trevor at all. But James Robinson, like you said, and Christian Kirk, like you said, everyone else, I got some pause about. We'll see what's going on. Um,
Absolutely, yeah. Those are the only two that you're actually playing with confidence, especially if you're not
right.
playing Lawrence. So yeah, it's just those two, Robinson
I
and Kirk.
I assume you're talking about Christian Kirk here. Does he have enough talent to overcome extra coverage? With the routes he runs,
Well,
yeah.
here's the thing. They because he plays so much out of the slot, it's pretty difficult to get a solid double team out of the slot that's not
Correct.
involving a linebacker. And he
Correct.
is very good in he is so good in those little spaces. And he did this in Arizona last year. He is a good player. He might not
Yes.
be a superstar, but he is a good player. And if a
Yes.
good player is getting the vast majority of the wide receiver targets, he is going to
He's going to
produce. So yes,
produce.
Christian Kirk is going to be productive. Um, at worst, Christian Kirk is going to be a very good wide receiver too. At
At
worst,
worst. What's his
going
ceiling for you?
this week and going forward, finishing in the
Ceiling
top
for
10
the
wide
season.
receivers, top 10 wide receivers. From a fantasy standpoint, not real life, I don't think he's
No.
that level of talent,
Yeah.
but he's
But
getting that
fantasy
sort
wise.
of a volume that I think that is absolutely that's the ceiling. The thing is, I don't think the floor is below top 20, top 25 ish. Like he is going to be very good. The
I
high
agree.
floor is what's so exciting about him is that I don't think that you're going to have bad weeks from Christian Kirk going forward. He's going to have some really, really good weeks, but I don't think you're going to have bad weeks.
You're not
He's
gonna have
going
a
to get
bad
the
week at
ball.
all.
He's going to get the ball.
Um Charger side, obviously if Herbert seems like he's got some limited practices and he finished that game, Herbert's gonna play. Um
Hmm. We'll see about Keenan. We'll see.
we'll see about Keenan. Here's where Herbert playing would I think we get a very, very good Austin Eckler game because I don't think Herbert can push the ball down the field the way he would
I think
normally
that
because he
it would
doesn't
be
feel well.
malpractice if they sit him and drop him back 40 times this game. I think that is institutional malpractice. Run the
Hmm.
ball, get the
Yeah,
ball
I
out
love
quick.
Eckler,
What you
but
want to
here's
do
the
this
thing.
week is make sure Herbert doesn't come out worse than he does coming in. You want to make sure
Agreed.
that you protect him as much as possible.
Here's my issue with if they decide to do traditional run plays, they want to spread that around. Short passing game, I see Eckler being excellent. I love Gerald Everett this
Get
week.
the ball
Love, love,
out
love.
quick. That's fine.
But
Hmm.
like the whole thing with if they want to run the ball, they want to give Sony the ball. This Joshua Kelly
Why?
thing, they want to give Joshua Kelly the ball.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
I guess. I
I had
guess,
to get
man.
off it. I had to get
Whatever.
off again. I had to, not because I think Eckler is going to be
I,
excellent. I just feel
I think
safer
Eckler's
that they're
going to
going to
be.
give.
I think Eckler's going to be very good. I don't think
Yeah,
his ceiling is nearly as high as I expected going into the season, just because I
no,
don't think they're going to
I
give him
don't
the
either.
usage that it would require. Same token, but it's very similar to the thing with McCaffrey. If doing this keeps him healthy throughout the season, I understand
Then
it.
you do it. Then you
Like
do it.
they don't care about this game. They're just trying to win and keep their good players healthy. I can't knock them
That's
for that.
fine.
They don't have to worry about
100%.
who scores in fantasy, but I do. And because I do, I am disappointed that Austin Eckler is not getting the level of volume that I
Agreed.
expected him to get coming into the season.
Agreed. Um, if Keenan is out, I like Joshua Palmer. Um, but that's about it.
To a
That's
point,
all I got
to a
there. To
point,
a point.
because his score last
Not
week
as
was
a
very
replacement,
touchdown
but as
dependent.
someone. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That same Flacco dude had him. Like I played the
If
this.
if
I
Keenan
hate
if
this game
Keenan
so much.
is if Keenan is not playing, I feel really good about Mike Williams this week though. If
Me
Keenan
too.
is playing, I like Williams, but I don't love him necessarily. But if Keenan is not playing, Mike Williams is going to do so very, very well. He might be a top 10 to 12 wide receiver for the week if Keenan isn't playing. If Keenan
Right.
is playing, I see Mike Williams as more of a top 20 to 25 wide receiver for the week. So there is a pretty large gap one way or another. But you're
Gotcha.
playing him either way. Like either way, you're going to play.
Anything out of the ordinary stick out for Rams Cardinals? Cardinals, I don't like any of their pass catchers. I don't like any of their running backs. I trust
I
Kyler
like
to do
Marquise.
amazing
I
things.
like Marquise Brown has actually been quite well
Okay,
this week,
that's
this year.
fair.
He's done about what I expected. I'd probably, if I have Ertz, it's unlikely that I have a better tight end option than Ertz on my roster as well. So I'd probably
Right.
be playing him. Um, James Conner, if he is healthy and they're saying he's going to get a regular workload, I'll play him. Nothing stands out. Kyler is fun when he
That
gives a
Rams
shit.
defense is less
He just don't
scary,
look like he
it
gives a shit.
seems.
He just looks like
He
he doesn't
doesn't
give a
care.
shit.
Kyler doesn't want to play football. I will say this every week. He doesn't want to play football. I feel like we are one super random dope Call of Duty release away from Kyler faking an injury and just being at home. Like like Kyler, like, yo,
Iraq,
man, I got
the joint on the Iraq war comes out around Thanksgiving. As
oh.
somebody with some Kyler stock, he will be gone before then. He will be gone. Now, I put some feelers out this week, especially after all the clips of him running around. Yeah, I put out some feelers this week. All right, the value ain't quite where I want it to be. Okay, all right, let me get one or two
Kyler
more
doesn't want
nice
to play football,
performances.
bro.
Kyler's gonna be gone. Like Kyler's getting moved.
He doesn't, man. He doesn't want
Look,
to do
Kyler
he
is
doesn't
a
want to play
productive
football.
fantasy quarterback, but you look at him, dude. Even after that comeback, he took off his helmet and he just looked so unmoved by the entire
He
thing.
doesn't like he
Like
did one
it
yell
was
and then
so
said, "All
it
right,
was
man.
so it was
Can we
so
get out
wild.
of
He's
here?
like
I got shit to
he was
do."
like,
Like
nah, he's like whispering to teammates, yo, the cameras catch that because I really don't give a shit, but I'm supposed to look like I give a shit. Will they
he looked
catch
at
me?
AJ
Will
Green like, "Oh,
they get my good
he got this
side?
one too." Yeah, speaking of watch, AJ Green, let's join that watch list, man. Why you even out here? Um, you know what? I'm not going to disrespect you. AJ Green, you were elite in your day. You were one of
Absolutely,
them ones,
absolutely.
but you are
Absolutely.
cooked now.
He's
So,
not one of those ones anymore. He ain't one of those ones. Like that's but AJ Green is
um,
going to the Hall of Fame. I think
yeah,
he's a Hall of Fame player. So
he's incredible.
no disrespect.
Um, Ram side, the Cooper
I
Cup
still don't know what
thing,
to make of the running backs. I still don't know what to make of the running backs. Cooper Cup is a he
the
is
Cooper
wide
Cup
receiver
thing.
Josh. He's wide receiver Josh. He's just consistently awesome. Consistently awesome. There's nothing to say about Cooper Cup.
I
He's
can't like
great. If you have him, you play him. If you're
he's
playing
got back
against
to
him,
back
you hope that
35-point games in the PPR league. He's got two straight
look,
35s, bro.
look. You're just hoping that he doesn't kill you. And by not kill you, I mean if he scores 28, you're like, all right, that's cool. He's just amazing. He's
35 back to
amazing.
back, bro. I didn't know it was like it's just
He and Diggs look superhuman right now. Jefferson's going to get it together because they don't play
He
on
is.
Monday Night Football every week. Kirk Cousins and Monday Night Football, man, that's some weird, weird stuff, dude.
It is.
It's just strange.
It
It's
is.
like legitimately weird because he doesn't just lose those games. He always looks
He looks
terrible
like garbage. He look horrible.
every time, but like
Ugh.
all the time. Like not even some of the time. Like he doesn't even have one good performance to lean on. They all look terrible.
Rams running backs, I have no idea. Just like you said, I don't. Uh, if you have
I
both
feel
of them, you
comfortable
got to
with
start
both
them.
as a flex. I feel fine with
Okay.
both as a flex. I have a league where I have both, but I don't have space in my roster to play both, and I'm
Yeah.
inclined to play neither. So I don't know what to tell people because I just don't know what to do with them.
I don't know either. I have no idea either. Like Cam Akers goes from nothing to
It's
20
gonna be
touches.
annoying. It's gonna be
It's just
annoying.
stupid.
It's gonna be
All,
annoying all season. It's
it's
gonna
all
be annoying
stupid.
all season.
Uh, Packers Buccaneers
Wait.
should.
Rams.
What's up?
Are you playing? How do you feel about Robinson? Like legitimately, how do you feel about Robinson?
I don't think he's. I think they paid him enough, and they're going to try to get him the ball. That's all that I
Okay,
just feel
fair
that they
enough.
went. They went
And
out of their way to go get Allen Robinson, and they paid
if you
enough to
have
go
him,
get Allen Robinson.
okay,
I'm
fair enough.
not.
And if you have
You
Higby,
think he's
play him.
washed up?
Play Higby.
I think Roberts Woods is
I think.
washed. I think he looks better than
Look,
Robert
look, look,
Woods.
look. Here's what I think. I think he didn't get any separation week one, and I know that I saw Matt Stafford say the words, "He can't
He
go
can't go
get the
get it.
ball."
Yeah.
That's not me saying I think he's washed. That's him saying he thinks he's washed. If the dude who's supposed
Right.
to throw you the ball doesn't think he can go get it, I'm good. I
Right.
am
But go
good.
get it was one of those things where he just threw a jump ball. He's not. I
Which
don't
was
need him to
always
catch
one of
jump
the things that
balls.
Allen Robinson.
That's
But
fine. I don't need jump
here's the
balls out of
thing.
him.
No. Here's the thing. That made him a legitimate red zone target that I don't think he will be anymore. And
Throw the ball to
without that,
Cooper Cup, bro.
I don't think he gets the volume that I feel good about. I think he's going to have good weeks. I'm not saying he's not going to have good weeks,
Okay.
but I think it's going to be a lot of 15-point weeks followed by 4-point weeks. I don't like those guys, so I want nothing to do with them.
It's fair. That's fair. Um, Packers Buccaneers. Another backfield. So this is one of the things where if you have both Packers running backs, I feel fine playing both as your flex because that backfield is going. That's what's going to drive their team. Now I
Absolutely.
understand Aaron Jones had the big game last week. AJ
Over the
Dillon had more
season, I think it
touches.
evens out. Yep,
AJ Dillon had
I,
more
I
touches
feel
than
I,
him, and that's not going
I
to
feel
change.
absolutely fine. I feel
I'm
absolutely fine
fine
playing
with either
both.
one of those guys. Rodgers
But the
against this
Packers
Tampa
remembered
Bay.
they remembered that Aaron Jones
Aaron
needs to
Jones is
get
that
the
guy.
ball in space. So I
Yes,
think that that bodes well for his role moving forward.
I
That
agree.
isn't a slight on AJ Dillon though.
I agree. Um, Rodgers, I don't love this week because another
He has
Allen
no pass
Lazard
catchers.
probably is not going to
He
play.
has no he
He
has no
doesn't
pass
trust
catchers.
Watson. Here's what I saw: Christian Watson gets open. He
He
gets
does.
open. Rodgers threw the first pass of the year to him. He dropped it wide open. I'm not coming back to you, dog. Romeo Dobbs looks fine. Sammy Watkins,
Looks fine.
none of them. I'm not starting any
I
of
don't
those
want to
guys.
play any of them. I'm starting the running backs personally. I'm not starting Rodgers this week if I have a better option. Like I'm not saying like go start Daniel Jones over Aaron Rodgers or anything crazy like
Yeah,
that. I'm just like generally speaking, if you are in a more traditional league where you start one quarterback, it's hard for me to believe you will not have a better option than Aaron Rodgers. If you're in a two quarterback league, it is unlikely that you're going to have a better third option. So you are going to just play him. That it just is
I'm
what it
playing them
is. But I don't feel good about it at all.
100%. On the
And
other
I'm about the
side,
same on the other side. I'm about the
here's
same
the
on the other
thing.
side. I
I
don't feel good
think I'm
about
only
Brady this
starting
week.
Fournette, dude. I think I'm only starting Fournette.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
I think I'm only starting Fournette. Like, if you have to
Until
throw
he
a
gets his
dart,
pass catchers back,
yeah, like
until Brady gets his pass
if you
catchers
have to
back,
throw
I'm
a
not
dart
doing it.
at Perryman, cool.
That's fine. I'm not doing it, but that's fine. I get it. You got
But
to do
no,
it sometimes, but
that's all I
nah.
got for them. Falcons Seahawks. Ugh, there's some
I
grossness out
just made
here.
a face. I just made a face.
There's some yuckiness out here, dog.
I
Falcons
want to see
Seahawks.
what happens with the Falcons' run game this week. Patterson looked really good week one when he got all the work.
He
And
didn't
then
look
week
good.
two, suddenly the work
Man.
was pretty split. So I just I
The
just want to see
Algiers
what
kids
happens.
got
I'm
some.
not.
The
I
Algiers
just
kid
want to
got some
see.
pop. He's
I
got
just
some
want to see
pop.
what happens. I just want to see
Uh,
what happens. If you have Patterson,
Mariota.
chances are you're playing him.
Yeah,
Mariota, I wouldn't feel
I
good playing
guess.
him.
Drake
I'm
London.
not playing. I'm playing London. Yeah, but how do you feel about Pitts? Like, what do we do with this Kyle Pitts thing?
Pitts has 4 targets on a year or something like that. Pitts has
No,
two
he has
targets.
like 4 catches. No, he has like 4 catches. He's had more
Ugh.
targets.
Does
He has
he?
like 4 catches. He
Okay.
had. I want to say he had 7 targets week one, and then something like
Did he?
4 targets
Yeah.
week
Okay.
two. But
So 4 catches
don't
for
hold
Pitts.
me to those exact. But they're
I
not
was
getting him
never.
out.
Here's the thing. I was never a you have to take Pitts early guy. I
Okay,
think elite tight end is simple. It's Andrews, it's Kelsey, and then there's a big step down, and then I like Waller. Kittle can't get
Kittle
on
when
the field,
healthy. I when
but
healthy.
right, Kittle like Pitts was never people got Pitts because who else you gonna throw the ball to, or he's super talented. I get that he's super talented.
Why aren't they trying to get him the ball?
Get him the ball.
Like, end of the day, they had an opportunity to grab one of several quarterbacks, and they bypassed all of it to grab this kid. And now, the one thing we knew coming in, he is not an inline blocker. We
No,
understood that. Everybody understood that. And now he's being used as an inline blocker.
it's
And it's like,
gross.
what are you doing? He's
It's
being set
negligent.
up to fail by the people who should be trying to do everything to help him succeed, and it is
It's
really
negligent.
strange to see. Um, and the coach being so, for lack of a better word, indignant about it when asked about it, as though
Yeah,
he was beyond reproach. Like, dude, y'all haven't won a game. Dude's
you're
out here
not
talking about
good.
this. What did he say? What did he say? He said, "This is football. This isn't fantasy football." Well, you aren't winning in real
You're
football
not
either,
winning.
sir.
None of it is
like,
good.
maybe
If you have a
trying.
fantasy team, I bet it's ass. Like none of it's good, bro. Like none of what you're doing makes sense to me. Like I don't. You got to tell me. I played both. I know, but you know what I'm saying. Like I know your real
Like,
football is terrible.
like it doesn't make sense that they're not trying to get him the ball. I think if you have him, you are absolutely starting him because you invested something real to get him,
You did.
but you don't feel good. And if he doesn't produce this week too, the level of panic, I don't even know what you do because it's not even like you could trade him for real value either. Like everybody
Right.
sees that he's not producing. So you're stuck with a player not producing. You don't want to play him, but you don't want to sit him and then miss out on him getting things turned around. It seems like a terrible situation. I hope he produces this week because I don't know. It's
I'm
weird.
not with it.
The whole
I'm
thing's
not with it.
strange. It's
Uh, Seattle side is no less gross. You got some.
I literally
You
don't
got
feel good about playing anybody. I don't
like
feel good about playing any of them. Not
you got to pay
DK,
Rashad
not
Penny.
Penny. If you have Penny,
Lockett.
chances are you don't have a better option. If you
Lockett
have
had a
Luck,
good game last year week, but I'm not trusting this
I
nonsense,
don't
bro.
feel good about any of them. I don't feel somebody will produce. I just don't
Yeah,
feel good about who it'll be.
I have no
But
idea who it
somebody will
is.
produce. Like I just don't. Will it be DK? Will it be Penny? Will it be Lockett? Will it be multiple? I don't know.
It's
I
gonna be
don't feel good
disgusting
about
all
any of
year.
them. I don't feel good about any of them.
Shout, well, shouts to San Francisco for not trading Jimmy G to Seattle because now he gets to play against the Broncos Sunday night. 49ers at Broncos. Um,
Russ better look like Russ. Like, because
he hasn't, bro. He hasn't. Russ has looked.
I have, I was a Russ believer and I had plenty of Russ stock. Oh yeah, I started to move that stock. Like sometimes you got to get off it. Got to
Sometimes
cut
you
your
gotta get.
losses, B.
Sometimes you gotta get away from it. I,
Sometimes you
yeah,
got to
I
get off it.
mean, word to Cortland Sutton. I think he's going to be perfectly fine. I've been high on Sutton.
Mhm.
I think Sutton's going to have a very good year. Get Javante
Williams is
Williams the
gonna.
ball more than you have been. Melvin Gordon, I guess he's just, I don't know. Maybe he's the best teammate in the world and they just want to get him the ball.
So at this point, I mean, you're not starting Melvin Gordon. He doesn't get quite enough volume for
Did
that.
you
So I
see
don't
the?
want to pay
Hold
for
on, I
pick.
gotta put this up. Did you see this runner pass thing with Denver? With Denver, bro. Like this
No.
run, like
What did I
they're just
miss?
yelling. They're just like
Like
instead.
defenders? or the
No, like
offense?
the offense, they're just yelling out runner pass, like run. They're just yelling out runner pass when they call play when they're trying to get play calls in, bro. Like it's
Wait,
it's
what?
just runner pass, and they go run, and then
No,
they go out and call a run
what?
play.
Like in the earshot of the defense?
It's some little
No,
giant
because like
shot.
what I did peep last week was because it's taking them so long to get out the huddle, where the Broncos fans were counting down the play clock on every single play so that they knew where they.
He had four false starts in Seattle or something silly like that. I
So
mean,
here's what I'm going to
delay
say.
games.
Here's what I'm going to say. Nathaniel Hackett was a wonderful offensive coordinator and may prove to be a wonderful head coach. But right now, he looks like a guy who was meant to remain an offensive coordinator and never be a head coach.
Nathaniel
We'll
Hackett
see how this goes. We will see
sounds like
how
a
this goes.
Revolutionary War hero. Like like first change your name to Nate and not something like that. You sound like you got a musket,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
Nathaniel Hackett. I'm gonna hit this shit. What I'm saying, like, you can't. I'm not doing this with you, dog. Your play calling is stupid. You're kicking 67-yard field goals, 4th and 5 with time left. Like
so
you're
here's
not
what
it,
worries
bro.
me.
You're an
Here's what
offensive
worries me.
coordinator, Crozier.
They picked it. They picked him up. They picked him up. They were excited. They thought they were going to get Rodgers. Rodgers re-upped with Green Bay. They ended up getting Russ.
They did.
They gave up what they gave up for Russ. Is it possible that over the summer, Hackett himself saw that Russ no longer has it?
I don't think Russ doesn't have it. I
I
don't.
don't think that Russ is elite anymore. I think he's still very good. I think he could still be a very good, like, legitimate player, a legit top 10 to 12 quarterback in this league. Something or something looks broken there. Like, did y'all practice this summer? Did y'all have preseason? Did you have? It shouldn't be this hard to call plays. It
Nathaniel
should
Hackett.
not. Bring out the
Bad.
cards like they do in college, where it'll have like a Simpson, a runny nose, and like an equal sign on it. Like, do something. Do something. Or honestly, hurry it up. Hurry it up and let Russ call his own shit. Russ
Just let
always
Russ
seems
call it.
most comfortable when you just let him go. Just let him
You
go.
gave you extended him for 245 mil. Just let him do whatever he's going to do to make it
The
productive.
super the super structured look is not working well for them at all.
No,
It's not. It's just
do
not.
whatever
So
it takes for Russ to feel the most
play to your
comfortable because you
quarterback
paid enough
strength.
for it.
Like, pay to your quarterback
We
strength. It
just
should
talked
not be
about it in
that
Buffalo, dog.
complicated. It should
That's
not be
it.
that complicated. Play to
Yeah,
their
dog.
strengths,
Um,
idiots.
in San Fran, man, meatheads, man. In San Francisco, he, here's my
Debo,
take.
Debo,
I
unless if Kittle is back.
Debo becomes what everybody
Debo's the
drafted
number one again.
him to be here.
Yeah, Debo. I feel great about Debo
I
going
feel
forward.
great about Debo with
I
Jimmy
feel
G with this team.
great about
Yes,
Debo going forward.
yes.
Like, I feel great about him. I made an offer for Debo in just about every league I'm in this week, and each of them got declined because I guess
Oh
the word
yeah,
is out. Debo back.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Debo back.
I did
You know.
like Debo's about to eat very well with
Also,
Jimmy G.
Jimmy looked decent.
Jimmy looked okay, but listen,
Jimmy looked solid last week.
San Francisco's
Like,
gonna be good,
San
and
Francisco gonna fuck around and go to the Super Bowl
like,
because Trey Lance broke his ankle, and it's gonna be so uncomfortable. The conversations
it's gonna be
around it,
disgusting.
it's
It's gonna be
because it's
horrible.
gonna be like, this couldn't have happened unless he's still on the team.
Quick question: Metcalf or Hunt as a flex? I go Hunt. That Seattle offense is terrible to me.
I lean Hunt flex. I generally lean towards who do I think is going to be consistent over the upside. I feel
It
pretty
is Hunt for
confident
me.
in Hunt. I do not feel confident in DK at all.
Yep. Um, I'm not starting. I mean, I guess start Jeff Wilson if you have him, but because I think
I don't
Debo's
feel
going to
good
have more
about it.
wide receiver looks, so I
I don't
think
feel
Jeff Wilson gets a little
good
bit
about
more.
it. I don't feel good about
Yeah,
Jeff
but I don't
Wilson.
feel great. Um,
Maybe I don't feel good about it.
Here we are, the NFC East leading New York Giants host your Dallas Cowboys.
Don't
Um,
call him. Even though I got the shirt on, don't
you
call him
got
my
a
Dallas
you
Cowboys.
had
I'm fucking
you got more than the
disgusted with
shirt,
these
dog.
dudes. I'm so
It's not
disgusted
the
with these
number one.
dudes. I fucking hate these dudes, man. Like real shit. Jerry, all jokes aside, like they won one game. We were all like, "Yo, that's dope." Cooper
Oh my
Rush,
gosh.
he did solid. Like, let's not go out the
Mm,
window. Like, he threw like
Giants.
5 interceptable passes. Like, he was not great, but he did fine by
Giants.
backup standards. And
Mm.
this man goes out and says, "Wouldn't it be wonderful if he played well enough for us to have a quarterback controversy?" Are you stupid? You fucking imbecile! What is wrong with you? When I when I talk about the Dallas organization being incompetent, and people laugh like, "Oh, they make lots of money," blah 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 blah. If we haven't learned anything since 2016, is that in this country you can be very stupid and very successful. They are not mutually exclusive ideas. The Cowboys are led by imbeciles. They are not smart. They
Are you
are
starting?
buffoons.
Are you starting any Cowboys on Monday night against
If
the
I
NFC
have
East
C-
leading New York Giants?
if I have CD, I'm definitely playing CD because it seems that they're going
Okay.
to make a point of getting them the ball.
Okay.
If I have Zeke, it depends on the options I have. I don't feel good about
Okay.
playing him, but
At
depending
all.
on the options available, it might just be one of those things where you got to start him. Um,
Right.
I actually feel pretty good about Pollard. I feel
Okay.
pretty good about Pollard this week.
Okay. On the other
Yeah,
side,
that's.
Saquon, obviously. Let's go Saquon.
Mhm.
We're not starting any of these. Like, I've got Daniel
I might
Jones as
start Shep.
QB2
I
on
might
a
start
two
Shep.
quarterback league. It just do it. Yeah, yeah. Start Shep.
It
Why
is what it
not?
is. But I might
It's one
start
of
Shep
those
at a
outlet things.
flex in a flex
Yeah,
spot. Yeah,
yeah.
like I might throw him in a flex spot.
Uh-huh. It's one of those safety valve things. 100%. You start
Oh,
Shep.
wait, real quick. My team sucks, right? I said when Dak got hurt, they would not win a game until he got back.
I said they won't be bad, bro. They didn't look bad.
And I think they're going to beat the Giants this week.
Here we go. This shit.
And this is not fandom. This is the matter of I think the Dallas Cowboys have one of the three best pass rushes in football. And if
Let's go,
Daniel
bro.
Jones has shown us anything, it is that he will throw that ball up.
Let's go.
I think
Let's
that
go.
like I think that Michael Parsons is going to have 3 sacks this week. Andrew Thomas, real talk. That's the news. It's Andrew Thomas, right? Like I'm
Yes,
not
Andrew
mispronouncing.
Thomas. Andrew
He has
Thomas.
been incredible this year. I apologize, sir. He looks great. I apologize for what Michael Parsons is going to do and sap all that confidence back from you. I'm
Oh, here we
sorry
go. This
because
shit.
you look great this week. And when
Here we
Michael
go.
Parsons steals your soul
Oh, now
on
you
Monday
talking
Night
your shit.
Football,
Here he goes.
I
Now y'all
apologize because
soul
he has looked
stealing.
great this
Y'all
week.
went from they're
No,
not
no,
gonna win
no,
a game
not
to
y'all.
soul stealing.
Micah. No, no, no.
We went from
Micah.
we
Micah.
trash.
Micah.
We gonna be the
Not
worst
y'all.
team in football. We not
They
gonna
are
win.
trash. They are
Now you
trash.
feeling souls.
To be
Get this
clear,
shit
they
off my
are trash.
screen, bro.
All of that shit.
You went from
Y'all
that to
suck
now.
too. You think
You
the
went from
Traders
that to
suck
now.
too? Y'all suck too.
We're
Y'all suck
undefeated. I don't know.
too.
Watch your mouth. We're the NFC East leading New York Giants.
I
So I don't know what
and you
I don't
won't
know
be
what
on
that
Monday night.
means.
And on
Oh
Monday night you
Lord
won't.
Jesus, please
And on
don't
Monday
say
night
no.
you won't be.
Please.
On
I'm gonna
Monday night
be
you
I'm
won't
gonna
be.
be
Like,
unbearable.
look.
You gonna leave the stream. You gonna leave the stream
Yeah,
Tuesday when we record.
yeah.
You gonna log right out and
No,
go
I
go
won't
chill with
because
your dog.
no, no,
I'm
no,
a,
no. Hold on.
everything.
Here's the thing.
I'm
Here's
talking
the
about
thing.
former Giants on
You're
these
either
teams
gonna
that we go over.
if the Giants win, you beat Cooper Rush. Who gives a shit? That dude
So
trash,
me,
despite what
I
Jerry's
do,
trying to figure out.
I do, I give a
But
shit.
if the Giants
You know that.
lose to Cooper Rush on
It
national
won't be.
television,
That won't be the. That won't be one of the 33rd worst things that's happened as a Giants fan over the last 4 years. It won't be. It won't make top 30. I'll be like,
but
of
coming on,
course you did.
but coming to do this show with me will be because I'm gonna
No,
be coming to do this show with me will be that will be like Cooper Rush. That man ain't good.
please,
That's what makes
bro.
what Jerry
Oh,
said so
you're at
ridiculous. The
home
fact that
Monday
Cooper Rush
night.
was not good. And
You
he's
can
talking
go
about
three
wouldn't
and
it be
zero,
something if we
dog.
had a controversy? No, it
We can
wouldn't be
go
something. This
three and
dude
zero,
trash,
bro.
B. How is it that you
3 and
think you would
0
want this?
Giants. Three
But
and
you're not
0.
gonna be because that's not
Oh
that's not
my
how this division
gosh.
works.
Oh my
It's not
gosh.
gonna
3 and
happen.
0.
That's not how this division works. It's just
3 and
not.
0, bro.
Because
Wait, let
Philly,
me scroll back.
look,
Who Philly
NFC
playing? Oh,
East
Philly versus the
playing Washington.
Commendatores.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Philly's going to lose too because that's how the NFC East is. We're
Oh,
all going to be
Philly
sitting here on
lose. We get this
Tuesday
dub.
at two
I'm
and
coming
one.
in here
We're gonna, but you're not
inconsolable.
going to get the dub. I'm
I'm
sitting here
coming in
telling you, Micah
here. I'm
Parsons
coming in here
is
unreasonable.
different.
Of course he is. He's always going to be
He's
different. So
different.
what, bro? Holy man, we might get
Remember, hold
Thibodeau
on,
back.
hold on,
Oh,
hold on,
let's get
hold on, hold
Thibodeau
on,
back.
hold on,
Let's
hold on,
start.
hold on,
Oh,
hold on, hold on, hold on,
oh
hold on,
man,
hold on.
bro. Oh, here we
Just to
go. The hold
rewind
on
what that
shit. You say you're
you
not winning till
said.
Dak, and now you snatching souls and shit. Like, look
I
how one
didn't say
win
that. I
changed his
said
life,
Micah's
bro.
gonna snatch a soul. Micah is gonna
And then you
snatch
said you're
a
gonna win.
soul
And then you said you're gonna win. You went from without winning until Dak comes back to now.
because they
Guess
suck.
what?
But
You
y'all
about to
suck
win two
too.
straight.
That's the thing.
I hate
Y'all
this
suck
shit, man.
too. The
Who
Dallas
else is
Cowboys
starting,
suck.
bro?
I'm
Yo, for
not.
my man
I'm not.
BQ,
I'm not
I'm an
talking
ace,
about them
man.
being
Like we're not
good.
starting nothing else.
Y'all just
Hope y'all
suck
get some
more.
wins,
Y'all just
man.
suck more.
I can't wait to
Hey,
come in
it's
this bitch.
rivalry week. It's
I'm not
rivalry
coming.
week.
I'm not coming in this bitch if we lose. How about that? End broadcast in the middle of your shit. I wish you would come in here talking wild. I see this end broadcast button. I'm gonna
I
headbutt
will.
that shit on Tuesday. I'm
You're gonna
I'm gonna
need
throw
to. You're gonna
I'm gonna
need
throw
to.
I'm gonna throw a lot of
You're
shit
gonna
this
need to.
you
You are
know what?
going to
Great
need to.
question. Is he washed at this point? Yes. Watch he run for a
Yes,
buck
he
30 and
is.
3 touchdowns on Monday, and I throw my TV at somebody's face. I'm gonna be a I'm gonna be a in a glass case of emotions if we if we wound
Zeke
up
is
losing
a
this game.
Zeke is not fully washed. He's a useful
Oh,
NFL player. He should not be getting the majority of carries. He
this
should
shit
not be
is
getting the majority of carries.
terrible. We just go 3-0 for me one time, Giants. Just one time. Saquon just looked like Saquon. Daniel Jones just this is the Daniel Jones. I want the have the
The
Daniel Jones
Cowboys
game.
defense is real.
That'd
The
be great. I
Cowboys
don't
defense is
care
the
if it's
Cowboys
real. I
defense is
understand.
real.
That's cute, bro.
It's real.
That's wonderful.
The
Congrats,
offense is
man.
trash, but the defense is
Let's
real.
win. Let's win 6-3, bro. Like I don't care how we win. It doesn't make a
That
difference to
pick
me at
six to end
all.
the game is gonna hit like crack.
Like crack in the 80s. Yeah, we're gonna rock like crack when it came in. No, we're not, bro. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna figure this out, man. Brian and Dable we trust.
Are
I
you
trust
trying to
Dable more
convince
than
me or
McCarthy.
yourself?
I
Are
trust
you trying
Dable
to
more than
convince?
McCarthy.
I agree. I
All right, so
100%
we out
agree.
here then. So we out here. It's gonna
I
come down to
100%
McCarthy,
agree. I
and
trust
he's gonna
Micah
be
more
like,
than anybody else on that football field, though. And Daniel Jones does not handle pressure well. We
all
out.
right,
We out. You go ahead, hit the
all right.
button. Hit the
Nah,
button.
he gonna be
Hit
all
the
right. No,
button.
tell me. Don't tell me what to
Sleep
do.
on
Don't tell
that.
me what to do.
Sleep on
Don't tell me what
that.
to do.
Hold that
Don't
L.
tell me what to do.
Hold that L.
Don't make
You
me
tell
tell me. Don't tell me
me.
what to do. Hate y'all motherfuckers so much. Oh my god, I hate y'all so much, bro. I just tired of losing to y'all motherfuckers, man. When y'all suck,
Now we
we
have a
lose.
chance.
When y'all
Even
good,
when
we
we
lose.
suck,
I
even when
hate
we
everything
suck, we
about
own
y'all,
y'all.
bro.
We own
We
y'all.
own y'all. I miss Patrick Creighton, man. Bring him back, please. I need
Man,
everything about Patrick
I
Creighton back.
can't wait for Micah to